This technique is done against an opponent trying to grab your two wrists. As with all of the other techniques, it is essential that I unbalance him at the instant we come into contact. Another important point is that I not put my hands out for him to grab. Instead of putting my hands out, I make sure always to keep them at my sides near my own body. This allows me to apply aiki at just the right moment. That is, just when he comes to grip my wrists. I break his balance, then keep him in that state while I make what would be a cut across his midsection and throw. I should also mention that in doing this technique I am loosening my grip a little bit so that he can take a fall safely. As I showed, just as he grabs me, I apply aiki to unbalance him. I keep him unbalanced all the way through. At this point, pressure is being applied to these three joints all at the same time, and if I continue to do this, I think they would break or dislocate. For that reason, I loosen up a bit before throwing so that he can fall safely. If I were to throw with all three of his joints locked like this, some or all of them would be completely dislocated. So I loosen them up a bit. As you can see, I loosened the pressure on all of his joints as I threw him. Now, as I did with Ippondori, I'll demonstrate Daitoryu Shihonage using a sword. Daitoryu actually contains a number of different Shihonage techniques, or patterns, and I'll show just one of them here. We start in a seigan or mid-level stance. When the opponent lifts his sword to strike, I enter. I enter pressing in and in with an application of aiki, and then I release that aiki and turn to cut through the middle. Then I raise up and cut down with a diagonal cut, like this. I apply aiki, then move across the opponent's midsection, turn and raise up as if with raising a sword. Across, up, and cut down diagonally. Across the middle, up, turn, and cut diagonally. When he raises up, at that instant I enter, which is the same as applying aiki here. Then with aiki applied, I move through, breaking his balance, turn, raise, and then I loosen the grip for safety as I mentioned, and cut down diagonally, throwing. This is, of course, only a kata, or a form, so it probably looks rather stiff and rigid. In actual application, of course, this kind of technique would have much more flow to it.